G'day folks, it's Rob here. We're up at the farm. Well, I've been up here all week. Bianca's been down in Brisbane and it's time for me to head back down and edit this video and upload it. Also load the trailer again and head back up north, back to here. So I thought I'd just bring you along and show you what we've been up to, what's going on around the place. I'm pretty much all just working on zone 1, which is the house area. I had a few little bits and pieces go on over the last day or so. So yeah, I just thought I'd bring you folks up to date. Jack, you being nice to the chickens. Jack's being very nice to the chickens. Likes to follow them around because every now and then they leave presents for him. The boy needs manners. Anyway, the chicken feeder has been up and running, and since last weekend, stuck a bag of feed in there, still feed. This is a Hamish design from the Naughty Goat Farm YouTube channel. He released this design years ago, and there's loads of variations of them online now. As you can see, it's a bit of PVC pipe, and there's only a very small slit down the back there that grain can fall through, or mash. And yeah, the chickens can have at it, and the guinea fowl. And no mice can actually get through, or rats. No, Jack, not for you. And we have just some little basic water containers around the place for the chookies, just so they can get some water into them, because when we came up here on key swap over day, there was no water anywhere for the girls. So we've got little buckets all around the place now. I haven't done anything to the chook pen. They're still free roaming. We don't seem to have a predator problem, knock on wood. There's a fence post, knock on wood, at this point in time. I think it's because there are so many blooming guinea fowl and they are so loud. This zone here, basically zone 2, hasn't been touched at all, and I've been concentrating primarily on the house. So just a bit of an update. I did a couple of social media posts. We did end up getting a 5x8 cage trailer, and it also has a animal crate insert, so we can transport animals in them, only up to probably around about 400 or 500 kilos with the weight of the trailer and the crate. And we ended up picking up a second-hand BT50 2015 model, and I left the door open, and those chickens like to go inside the house. Oops. Yeah, so all this was financed through the home loan because we had a sizable deposit, so we were able to pick up these things, and we pretty much will tractorless for a little while because a few things need to be fixed up first. One of the first things that needs to be fixed up happened last night. We had our first rain, and the old owner's little system didn't hold up too well to the rain. Basically, the wire that was holding up this section here snapped under the weight, and before I could come out and do anything, it just fell, basically smashed on the ground. One of the big issues I found with it is it had a first flow diverter. Basically, the water was coming in. Which way was it coming in? It was coming in this way, so from the house, and then running down there into this flow diverter. And what that's supposed to do is catch all the leaves and twigs and bird poop and that sort of thing, so it settles down there, the water slowly fills up, and then clean water runs through. And it does have a very small hole in the bottom that has a split pin stuck in there. Now the idea, the ones that I've seen, they basically have a 1/8 hole in the bottom. The reason for the hole in the bottom is basically after the rain event is over, any water that is trapped in here can drip out and you don't have a mozzie issue, and then you supposedly come along, unscrew this and empty out all the debris. The debris hadn't been emptied out for quite some time. It was absolutely chockers with some very foul anaerobic smelling stuff, probably up to about there. And yeah, I actually had to tap it out the top, because without my little strap clamp, I couldn't actually get that bottom bit off. So yes, I should by rights be repairing this straight away, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait a little while because we're not supposed to get rain for a while. And if we do, I'm just going to let it fall down there and then just run away. A lot of people will be screaming on their sides of the screen at the moment, but yeah, we're basically supposedly in drought. We've got to trust the powers that be. And even though we had a small shower for about 4 or 5 minutes last night, was heavy for about 60 seconds. I don't think we're going to get any rain coming. There is also rain being caught off that shed there and being delivered in there, so no great big drama. I did get up there and I'm not too happy about the state of the top of the tank because it's full of guinea fowl poop and leaves and twigs and bits and pieces, because the guinea fowls roost in this tree at night. And as you can see by just all the poop on the ground here, so yeah, not a lot over the top of the tank, but enough that there's a few droppings up there. So I really need to clean that off. Not going to happen until I get a new water pipe in there and then sealed, and then I'll make sure all the other seals are hunky-dory, and then I'll clean the top off because I really don't want bird poop in my drinking water. Speaking of which, we are getting that tested. We're actually not drinking it at the moment. We're showering in it and washing things up in it. But yeah, we're not drinking it as of yet. The old owners did, but it's just one of those things. I've known of people who have bought properties, been told the water's fine, and then had water tests and all sorts of bad stuff has been found in the water. You know, not good for us delicate city folks and our poor little bellies. So something we will be having done, and we will be putting some sort of filtration device on at least the drinking water in the house end. Another thing I've done is start to bring up some bits and pieces. Brought up the 2 archery targets and also some shelves and bits and pieces. I actually forgot the screws for them last time, brought them up this time. And yeah, we've put them together. I've got 2 big banks of library card benches. I've turned into workbenches, so I've just brought the drawers up here for now just to make it lighter, and yeah, just stacking them there. I haven't done anything in here as of yet. I was planning on sweeping this place out and organising a few bits and pieces this trip, but a few things in the house have just taken my time at the moment. Yeah, the whippersnapper came up and did a bit of cleaning up around the house. As I said, we're concentrating on zone 1 to begin with, which is the house, so we can move in. First off, I decided to clear off all those paving area. Had a load of grass growing through the bricks and also over the top of it. First job was to clear that back. And one of the big issues you will spot if you know anything about houses, Australia and termites, is that our weatherboards go right the way down to the ground. Normally you have at least a 75mm or 3-inch gap, which is a visual barrier on the slab between the soil and the house. And it's not the previous owner's issue. They bought this house already like this, so it goes back to the original guys who built in underneath. So we really should have some sort of a visual barrier. It actually was eaten out by termites originally. There's photos online, old real estates, of that frame being eaten out, and that's how the previous owners purchased the place, and then they repaired all the termite damage. So yeah, not good having weatherboards and bits and pieces down on the ground. There is a fill port here for a termite reticulation system. It's basically slotted pipe that goes around the house. It did have Thermidor in it apparently to begin with, and then it's been replaced with a pyrethrum based one. Thermidor they take back to the nest and kills them. The pyrethrum one just creates a barrier that they shall not pass. So yeah, that's pretty much all what's there at the moment, and you can see where it goes down here under these pavers. So I cleaned up all around the edges, tried to get most of the stuff back that I could, more around this side here. Had to clean up a fair bit of stuff. It was growing all over the pavers at the front here, probably around about, you can see over there, about 2 inches, 50mm thick. And then that was just all, almost just the top of the timber was showing there, and that was it. So I thought I'd clean it up, make Bianca nice and happy that she can see the ground everywhere. Around the side here, we have the reticulation where it was cut in, comes around here and then ends there, because I have a feeling that was put in before the recent owners closed in this area here. This used to be an external staircase, and the house front door was up there, and this was all open. Previous owners before the last ones built it in, and then the last owners decided to put in a nice set of stairs rather than the external ones that were in there, and the external ones were moved around the other side of the house. But unfortunately, they didn't upkeep around this side. We had soil right up against the weatherboards there. I had soil up to the glass window there, over the bottom of the weatherboards. You can see where it was sitting. So I dug down about 50mm, just so we do have a little bit of a visual line between there and the house. And as we're getting the termite guy out again, we might even get the whole reticulation system checked up and make sure it's okay, and if need be, actually get another one put in. It's money we've accounted for. when we made our offer on the house. We were hoping to get a bit of a discount on the price, but such is. Yeah, hot water system, water, just pretty much all tidied up all around here. And thanks to that little thing, you'll be seeing more videos from up here. Just tidied up the back stairs. We'll go upstairs, Jack, we'll show everyone upstairs. So these stairs were the old stairs that went up to the kitchen, which was the front door, now being moved on to the deck. And yes, I have been trying to capture the local wildlife. As you can see, there's a green bit there. So this is part of the field for the grey water, where it just leaches out through some channels under the ground there. So it's staying green, and as a result we get wallabies come through. A few people have given suggestions as to what sort of wallabies, but just with that grainy footage from these little wise cams, I'm not 100% sure what sort of wallabies they are. I did catch some in the torchlight the other night without my glasses on, so I know they're tiny, some of them, and some of them, so there's babies, and they are a smaller wallaby than what I was used to seeing down in New South Wales as a kid. So I got a couple of them set up, just pointing down onto the green spots to see what we can find. Now to the kitchen. Last weekend when we first turned up, we walked upstairs, a mouse ran in front of Bianca's feet, down there, around the corner, and down into a little hole there. And yeah, so that's actually been gap sealed. So a little bit concerned about that. And then we started going through the cupboards and we just saw all the mouse poop, and we just thought, oh my God, you walk upstairs, you see a mouse, all the mouse poop around the place. This place is absolutely infested with mice. So we started off just cleaning off the top of the benches just to make sure we could see any sign of them, because there was mouse poo on there. It appears that this bench is mouse free. They can't get up here, so we're storing a lot of stuff up there. So yeah, next morning we came up and there was a load of scat, like we're talking 20 pellets on the whole bench. So I'm thinking all the other scat, seeing a mouse, we were inundated with mice. So we went out and bought a load of traps, and we set all the traps up, and we caught one mouse, one lonely little mouse. It appears that mice poop 15 to around about 30 times a night or a day, and we only probably had one mouse. We did set up a couple of these little soft drink bottle traps.
Then we have Bucket of Death on the floor, which has white marshmallows.
Yes.
And then we have, what did you call it?
Buckinator.
Buckinator with the pink marshmallows. We're going to see
which one works best.
who wins.
We were gifted some marshmallows and other goodies by the real estate agent when we moved in a little welcome box. So that was the only bait we had at that time. So we stuck that in there and dabbed some on the thing all the way up. And then, yeah, caught nothing, absolutely nothing. Set up my little wise cam over there, saw nothing, nothing came out for a look. I came back up and thought, well, maybe we do have the mice. I'll just stick some peanut butter on there. No, nothing. Put dabs of peanut butter all over the bench, nothing. So, even though I probably mentioned to the supporters we have loads of mice, it looks like we only had one little mouse, and we've looked after him for now, knock on wood, actually. So I decided that I would get in here and clean all these cupboards out, but before I could clean them out, I decided to fill all the gaps, because there were gaps left all around here. That's a gap going in under the stovetop, and my concern is there are mice living underneath or have been in the past, living behind the kickboards. And the reason I think that is because the old owner's dogs went crazy in this corner, scratching the kickboards. So I decided that I should use those little sections of board to fill all the gaps, and I also filled it up against the oven there as well. I need to get in there with some vinegar and still clean the roof up there. There's also a hole around the electrical conduit at the back. We've already had a sparky through the place. We lifted this up and double checked it was okay. Thank you very much, Jack. I think Jack will be coming back again. I've already put some wire scrubbers down there and siliconed it in so they can't get through. And all the rest of them, yeah, they're pretty much all mouse proof now. So I've spent a lot of yesterday disinfecting these cupboards. I'm just going to leave the doors open. I've got to do the shelves yet, and there's some shelves over there that I've got to do. Just ran out of time, basically. Just filling the gaps and doing other bits and pieces and paying attention to Jackie boy. Over here, we've got a few issues. Under this sink, it was just a hotbed of mouse activity. We have issues with holes where that water comes through, that line at the back. Big hole there, so I had to throw in some wire wool. I'm going to get one of those stainless steel surrounds and put that around that one there. Another one down there, which is the drain line out from the sink. This is where the wastewater came through from the dishwasher. They just drilled holes through the walls and poked the pipe down there. So another huge hole there, and there was actually where we caught the mouse was in the drawer. There, the cutlery drawer, this thing here. As you can see, there's the grease line where it is coming up and over. I'm not going to worry about cleaning that now because it's a 4-hour trip back to Brisbane, and I'll do that when I come back up. I'm also cleaning all the hinges because they were using the hinges as a jumping off board as well, especially that corner hinge. They were using it to climb up over or from the oven underneath the stovetop there. So yeah, a lot of cleaning to be done. On the plus side, all these cupboards, they had some cockroach poop in them, and that's about it. So they're going to be fairly easy to clean out. And these guys over here as well, same thing. They're just, little bits of cockroach poop and that sort of thing that we've got to clean out. And yeah, then we can move in good and proper. Next week is Bianca's starts of holidays, so we'll be up here. I'll actually show you where we're camping out. Would you like to give everyone a tour, Jack? No? No? I will then. This is pretty much where we're camping out at the moment. Just brought up a little fridge and we've got boxes, me being OCD, boxes to keep everything mouse proof, even though it looks like we don't have that many mice, you know, better be safe than sorry. So we've got Jackie's treats up there, some cleaning stuff. And yeah, just basically just been camping out down here. Just to show you, this is some of the original termite damage down there. And these posts go straight through the concrete into the soil, because this was a house on stilts originally and built in after the fact. So yeah, that's why there was a few termite issues and why there's that reticulation thing. But yeah, pretty much all just been staying down here. We cleaned this room first. We didn't wash down the walls yet, but yeah, that'll happen later when we paint. We ended up buying a click-clack sofa bed from Lifeline down at Ipswich and brought that up, so Bianca and I got something to sleep on. And yeah, the other rooms, we're calling this our safe room because it's mouse free. Like the other bedrooms, when the doors are closed, they're mouse free as well. So we were storing a lot of stuff in there, but we're not worrying about it so much anymore. But yeah, this is pretty much all where I've been held up this week. Little stove top over there for my coffee, which I'm about to make to go home. Just a quick heads up as well, the stove upstairs, I forgot to mention, does work. The Sparky showed me how to use it, so it was user error. You just need a very gentle soft touch to get it to turn on. So there we go, the stove top does work, but I'm still using that little gas burner downstairs just for now. Actually cooking outside, not inside there, just doing coffee in the mornings there. But yeah, there's a little bit of a catch up on what we're up to. Like I said, pretty much all zone 1. There's not going to be much growing or farming happening here for a little while yet. We've got to clean this place up. I'd like to get a coat of paint on all the walls upstairs before we move in up there proper. And yeah, hopefully next week or the week after next, we'll be able to make a big start on that when Bianca starts a holiday. So I will pretty much leave it there. I'm going to head back to Brisbane, edit this, upload it, load the trailer and come back up. And I will see you folks next video. Cheers all and have a good one.